dry, previously cloudy with outbreaks of rain. That's it. There's more news on the at 9:30. Thank you, Ian.
It's Cunningham. It's the police. Miss Cunningham.
Radio 1, 26 minutes before 9, coming up.
Reckon there's anyone in there, sir?
It's possible.
We'll never get a ladder up there.
Not a lot to see if we did with the curtains drawn over like that.
Boss is here.
Morning, Joe.
Morning, ma'am.
Which one is it?
Top floor bed sit. Tenant's not been seen or heard of last couple of days.
Can't raise anyone.
Nothing. Door's locked.
Who reported it, Danny?
Another tenant, ma'am, the usual. Light burning all the time, radio playing night and day, post building up in the hall. She doesn't come out to answer her phone calls.
She? Who lives there?
A young woman, lives alone, Linda Cunningham. Landlord's in Manchester, ma'am. He's in on the pass key.
We may have to risk damaging his property. This is the quickest way in, Joe.
Door to the bed sit, ma'am. Shouldn't take a lot to force it.
Right.
This one, ma'am.
Okay, put his shoulder off, please.
Oh, good. She's well gone, ma'am. Quite some time. Heroin wraps. Must have been 3 or 4 grams worth of powder in them.
Looks though she might have been pushing the stuff herself with this kind of money lying around. Probably selling it at a profit to support her own habit. She diluted the powder in water, warmed it up in here. Oh, pretty unedifying brew.
Caused her to OD, probably.
That's for the pathologist to say, Joe. What a way to end up, dying alone in a place like this. She can't have been more than 20. What do we know about her? Did you manage to speak to any of the other tenants?
Not in any detail, ma'am. Little enough chance earlier.
You said there were some letters addressed to the girl.
Downstairs on the old table, ma'am.
They might help establish if she's local. Drug squad will want to make their own inquiries while we investigate the death and trace the next of kin.
Drug squad might know of her. Have a line on her.
There's something here, ma'am. A photograph. It's not the girl found here, though, is it? Unless it's an old one.
Well, who'd want to keep an old photo on display like that? No. More likely a relative or a friend. Someone that mattered to her. Someone important.
Yeah, also, Mark Perrin will want to know. And can you liaise with the drug squad, George? Tell them about it.
She kept to herself. A real loner. How did she seem in herself? Some days she seemed quite happy, you know. Other days, terrible. I mean, she looked so ill, poor kid. Some nights you'd hear her crying in a room. Now, has she had any friends? Boyfriends, for instance? Not that I saw. She went out a lot. Any visitors? Yeah, there was one. A young girl. No more than a school kid. Who was she? There's no knowing. How often did she come here, this girl? Every couple of weeks. She'd stop up there a couple of hours, then be gone. Was that her? Yeah, that's the one. A bit older than that. When was she last here? A couple of weeks back, maybe. She always brought some flowers with her.
Flowers?
Yeah, a bunch of pretty flowers. We wanted her out, you know.
Oh, why was that?
Because she was a druggie. That's as obvious. I mean, the way she looked carried on. And her arms. You could see. I mean, you feel sorry for them. But with kids around, it's not the thing, is it?
Why didn't you report her to us if you thought she was a druggie?
We wouldn't have shopped her. She might have got prison.
Well, it's no longer a problem, is it, Mrs. Ross?
Ma'am, a word?
Thank you, Mrs. Ross. The constable will be asking you for a statement.
From the girl's mother.
Dear Linda, please don't phone here again. There's really no point, is there? Sorry, I love Mummy. And a cheque for £50.
Heritage Avenue address. Quite well to do.
We have to trust her. And make sure she understands that we trust her, not keep up this watching her every move, checking up on her, questioning her.
It's for her own good, Alan. It's so important.
All right, but you heard her last night, so she was a bit late getting in from school.
Over an hour late.
And you wanted to know why, where, how, chapter and verse, love. Well, what did you say? It's like being in the hands of the KGB, and I don't blame her.
Do you think I like this, Spying on my own daughter, interrogating her. She could be lying to us, you know. You know what they're supposed to be like once they get addicted. They can't help themselves. Wendy wouldn't want to lie to us. She wouldn't mean to, but... Well, if she was desperate, Alan, she lied before, remember that.
Look, she is not addicted. She can't be. Just a fad, just something she did with some of her mates. Smoked a bit of smack because some of the others did.
Is that all it was?
Nowadays, smoking fags in the school toilet was the thing.
This isn't innocent.
Of course not, which is why we kept her in evenings, weekends, talked her through it, pointed out the dangers. It's quite traumatic for her, for all of us.
Smoking that muck up in her bedroom. In this house!
Wind down, Beth, please.
I'm glad you can be so blithe about this, Alan, really, because I can't. I've already lost one daughter because of it.
There is no comparison.
And I am not going to let it happen to Wendy.
Cunningham. ADH Cunningham, 60 Heritage Avenue. Business address listed as well. ADH Cunningham and Company, the High Street.
What, the estate agent?
Yes, Alan Cunningham, that is, ma'am.
You know him, Joe?
Acquainted. He's the key holder of the premises on the High Street. Shall I get round there and talk to him, ma'am?
I'll come with you, Joe. I'd like to try and find out how much Linda's parents knew of the situation. Oh, check with his office first. Find out if he's there.
All right, ma'am. Alan Cunningham's out on his rounds this morning, ma'am, viewing properties. He left straight from home.
Can he be reached?
He's taken his appointment book with him, so it's not certain where he'll be at any given time. His secretary's ringing round, leaving messages for him to contact us.
Can we wait? There's Mrs. Cunningham to consider.
You reckon we should break the news to her right away?
I'm not sure. It's a terrible tragedy for anyone to have to face up to. Which of the parents is the strongest? I'd go for the father, but we can't risk Mrs. Cunningham finding out by chance.
Word gets around, especially over something like this. The people in those bedsits know what happened. The press are bound to get onto it.
I'll go and see Mrs. Cunningham myself. It's a delicate situation. Best if I handle it.
All right, ma'am.
She might want to talk. Find it easier with a woman. She may even volunteer some information about Linda's lifestyle. Like who that young girl was who visited her, for instance.
Possibly a supplier.
Oh, that's difficult to believe. A young schoolgirl.
That wouldn't surprise me nowadays. You reckon Mrs. Cunningham knew her daughter was an addict from what's said in the letter?
Well, certainly a rift between mother and daughter. Drug addiction does divide families sometimes. Might have happened here. up, George. Might be an hour or two, I'm not quite sure.
Right, Mum.
Oh, by the way, how's the abstinence going?
Still abstaining, Mum.
Good.
About
Well done. How long is it now?
4 1/4 days. Give an hour or two.
Oh, well, early days yet. Still, keep it up. I don't want you falling by the wayside like Joe did last year.
Never minded the wayside myself, Mum. Always quite liked it there.
It'll be worth it in the long run.
Nothing worse than these self-righteous non-smokers.
You're one now, George. A non-smoker.
An ex-smoker with a difference.
Still suffering withdrawal symptoms? It's a terrible thing, nicotine addiction.
You should know.
Yes, I've been through it. Dizziness, headache, insomnia, sticky bowels, can't concentrate.
Sound like a damn medical dictionary, Joe.
Irritability.
No, she hadn't come to drug squad notice, but then we can't know them all.
It's weird somehow, Sarge. Heroin addicts in a town like this.
Manchester and Liverpool are only a cheap day return away, so there's no way places like Hartley can likely stay immune.
She was pretty far gone, this one, it seemed. Injecting into herself. Arms like pincushions.
Most effective way of getting it. Straight into the bloodstream, it reaches the brain within seconds. Wrecks the body, of course, mainlining like that. 5 years or less, you're dead.
So why? And why do they do it, Sarge?
Puts you on cloud nine. For a while.
I don't see how. I mean, a young girl like that, knowing the dangers, letting it happen.
Chasing the dragon. Seems more respectable smoking it, not squalid like this scene here. And I think smoking won't get them addicted, but it does, very quickly. Before they know it, they're down to this.
There was no note, you know, nothing.
Not a reliable suicide method. Probably an accident. Maybe the heroin was too pure, a system couldn't take it. Well, thanks, Danny. Better get on, take this place apart, see what we can find.
Right, sir.
We'll call on the inspector later when we're finished here.
Makes you wonder.
Yeah, no. That was somebody's daughter.
Hello. Mrs. Cunningham?
Yes, it is.
I'm Inspector Longton. Kate Longton.
Inspector?
I wonder if we could have a talk.
Well, what about?
Perhaps, could I come in?
Of course, I'm sorry.
Thanks.
Has something happened? I mean...
Yes, I'm afraid so.
Well, what?
If we could sit down for a moment...
Wendy.
Mrs.
Is it about Wendy?
She's
My
your-
daughter.
Yes. But you have another daughter, don't you? Linda?
Yes, there's Linda, but she doesn't live here.
I know, Mrs. Cunningham. But it's her that I've come about. Words of sympathy are always inadequate. There's little I can say that can soften things.
Linda?
Yes,
She's dead.
I'm sorry. Look, I'll make you a cup of tea.
No, not now, thank you.
It might help to steady your nerves. Or perhaps you prefer something stronger, a brandy?
Who found her?
We did. That is, myself and two of my officers.
You did? You saw her?
Yes.
How did you find us?
A letter addressed to Linda from you. Unfortunately, we had to open it.
Hardly matters.
There are some personal belongings of Linda's. Nothing to worry about now, but perhaps you and your husband might care to collect them.
I must get hold of Alan.
We've been trying to contact him. Apparently, he's not in his office at the moment.
Please. What happened? How did she...
We can't say at this stage, but there'll be a post-mortem and the coroner will...
It's in the papers, will it?
Yes.
I mean, you must have some idea. You must know.
We can't be certain, but there was evidence that suggested that she might have been using drugs.
Did you find drugs there?
Not as such.
She wasn't an addict, you know, or anything like that. She just dabbled like kids do, you know, experimenting sort of. She didn't mean any harm by it.
Look, why don't we just sit quietly for a time? There's no need to talk.
I want to talk. I have to. I want to see.
How old was your daughter?
19. She looked older. I used to say, you look so ill, so tired. It was heroin that killed her, wasn't it?
Well, as I said...
It killed her. I knew it would. I knew one day someone like you would come and tell me this. I always said I lost my daughter. Heroin took her from me. She wasn't my little girl anymore.
Was she using heroin while she lived here?
Yes, she was. Started when she was at the Polytechnic. And she dropped out, went on the dole, just seemed to go to pieces.
Was she a registered addict?
No. She wouldn't go near doctors. We tried to get her to a clinic, but she refused. We tried everything. The rows and upset in this house, you've no idea. Then she started stealing from us. Money and things she could sell.
Was there ever any indication where she got the heroin?
None at all.
I see.
It was impossible. We were all suffering. Our lives changed. It was breaking the family apart. We couldn't cope with Linda. I had to do it. There was no other way. I had to.
What? What do you mean?
I kicked her out. I told her to go. Oh, Alan thought it was very cruel. It was only my own daughter, but we tried everything. You understand, don't you?
I understand how difficult it must have been.
It was for Wendy, but we're so frightened for her.
What about Wendy? I mean, Did you ever think you might have a problem with her?
No, of course not. Why do you ask?
You seem to want to talk about it.
There just seemed to be no other way. As long as Linda was in this house, there was always a chance that Wendy would take up with it. We had to protect her.
Why did you send her a check?
I sent her something every so often. She was always so broke, living on Social Security.
But didn't you consider what she might spend it on?
Well, yes, all right, but have you ever had to throw your own daughter out? Of course, I've thought about it all the time. I worried myself stupid.
Is that Wendy?
Yes.
Did you miss Linda?
They were very close. Yes, she was rather broken up when Linda left. She blamed us at first. And she seemed to forget about it. She never mentioned it.
How long had Linda been living away from you?
6, 7 months.
You haven't seen her in all that time?
Not even to pass in the street.
What about friends? Boyfriends, things like that?
She lost them all. Boyfriend dropped her.
And Wendy? Did she keep in touch with her?
Well, how could she?
Well, you knew where she lived. I wondered if
Absolutely not. Wendy knew we wouldn't allow it.
So Wendy never visited Linda or anything like that?
She didn't know where she was. We made certain. The whole point was to keep them apart.
Well, what's he doing here? Oh, something happened.
Thank you. Hello, Pet.
Dad, what's going on?
Miss Richards said we could use her office in here.
Why? What's wrong?
Come on, Mom. In here. How's Wendy?
She's asleep. Doctor gave her a sedative.
They were very kind, very practiced, you know. And I said, yes, that's my daughter. She was lying in a little chapel. They'd tidied her up and put her in a dark blue gown. I made her decent. I wanted to go inside and touch her. She looked like an old woman. Stood there looking through the glass window, and I thought, how can anyone so young look so wasted? And then we went away, and they asked me for a statement to coroner's officer. Can't really remember what I said. He read it back, but can't remember. We were wrong. Wrong. We deserted her. We left her to die, our own daughter.
Alan.
You wouldn't treat a stranger that way. But flesh and blood.
It was the wife who wanted me to stop. She's already pleading with me to start again. Well, what's the answer, Jack? Come on, your drug squad, you should have a few bright ideas.
Oh, what about a pipe? Can lend an air of distinction, a pipe.
Tried that. Nearly set the house on fire.
Acupuncture, therapy groups, or what about hypnotism? Some swear by it.
Nah, I don't fancy being brainwashed. Might change with personality.
Inspector?
Ever tried using snuff, George?
Snuff? Oh, maybe pushing the wrong side of 40. I'm not that ancient.
Cheaper than smoking, no tax on it.
That's for old men with soup on their vests.
It's just powdered tobacco. But you get a good nicotine intake, and it stops all that nasty tar on your lungs. That's the killer.
I think we must, Beth. Really.
But why? What good will it do?
I don't know. It might help the police.
How?
She might be able to tell them something, how she came by the heroin.
She told them. She said some girls at school.
If that's true, then it needs looking into. I don't need to spell it out, not now, how this can end.
But think of Wendy, what it'll do to her. Her sister's dead. Isn't that enough?
There are people making money out of this. While our daughter lies in the mortuary, the profit is counted. Kids like Wendy who are victims of the wretched.
What about her reputation? She could be prosecuted, you don't know.
I doubt it. She'd be volunteering whatever information she gives. Besides, heroin's a thing of the past as far as Wendy's concerned.
No, it's not, Alan. No, it's not. I found this hidden in her room this morning. It's not exactly something you enjoy, going through your daughter's room behind her back, but...
Didn't you say?
Oh, not today. There's been enough today without this as well.
Well, maybe she left it there from before, when, you know, from weeks back.
I've looked before. This is recent.
Then it has to be the police.
I don't think that's the way to handle it, Alan. I really don't.
Beth, we must. There is no question.
But she might get into trouble.
If that happens, it's better for her. It's worth the risk. We can't hide it any longer.
She was phoned by a guy called Frankie this morning. He's known to us. Bit of a pathetic case. We think she may have been selling to him, though he won't admit it.
But where was Linda getting the heroin from?
Over £100 in cash was found in her room. Now, where does a junkie on the dole get that kind of money from? Probably through buying the heroin cheap enough to sell around to other addicts, which suggests she was getting the stuff direct from the dealer.
You think there's a dealer at work in Hartley?
Well, smack's got to come from somewhere. My DC's out now chatting up known addicts in the area. Because when one of them dies, the others get twitchy, might start talking. The problem is, the dealer might get wind and decide to leave Hartley alone for a bit.
So, who are we looking for?
Could be a user himself, or a breadhead, a non-addict making a big profit from it. Often they're ex-cons, peddling drugs being safer and more lucrative than thieving.
Perhaps Jack should speak to the Cunninghams. I've warned them to possibly expect you.
Think they might know something, Mum?
Just a feeling. There was an atmosphere. As if the mother were holding something back, being protective.
The younger sister. Understandable in the circumstances.
No, there was more to it than that. There was a special relationship between those two sisters. I mean, Linda had Wendy's photo up, and Wendy used to visit Linda with flowers against her parents' dictate. They didn't even know about it, or so they say.
Could lead somewhere. If the kid sister knew who Linda's junkie friends were, possibly her contacts, places she frequented.
We are harbouring a dealer in this town. I want him stopped and stopped fast. Can't prevent all the heroin creeping in, but by blocking the main supply, we can at least contain the spread.
Heard you playing. How are you, pet?
Don't know. I don't know, really.
Aren't you cold? Heating's gone off. It's very late.
Will I wake the neighbours? Why did she have to die like that?
You think it was us? You think we didn't try hard enough?
Maybe.
It's difficult, isn't it, Wendy? It's impossible. We were so worried for you.
So it's my fault. It's me.
I think we've all made mistakes. Maybe now's the time to put it right.
It's too late for that. It's too late.
As far as Linda's concerned.
Write that one off. Clean the slate.
Come on, Wendy. It's necessary because of Linda, because of what happened to her.
I don't want to talk, Dad, please.
All I'm saying, let's learn. Let's not go down that road again. What do you think, Wendy? Only your mother found some stuff in your room. The things you used for smoking heroin like before. Have you been smoking again? Tell me, pet.
Not very much, just...
Okay, I'm not going to lecture, especially tonight. No curfew, no questions or checking up, because none of that seems to work.
I won't do it again, Dad. Ever. Not after.
I really think, Wendy, we need help. The time has come. And the first step is the police, to stop these people supplying the drugs. Now, don't be scared. I'm sure they'll be sympathetic.
You're gonna tell them. You're gonna shop me.
We can't prevent this on our own. So I want us to go down there and see them as soon as possible. Tomorrow. 3 of us, as a family.
The point is, Joe, if we were, say, clerking for the council, or accountants, something of the like, no problem, is there?
Not at all, George.
Dead easy to give up smoking. But you never need to start. A sedentary working life, quiet little rut, 9 to 5, no sweat.
Nope, no sweat.
But in our line of work, all the stresses and strains, the pressures, dealing as we do with human casualties, constantly on the go. A man needs a solace of some sort.
Absolutely, George.
Wonderful.
You all right?
Good.
It was the same old pattern. Same as Linda. First, her schoolwork started to suffer, and then she began stealing, taking money, things she could sell.
Has this happened again recently?
No, it hasn't, which is partly why I thought it was finished with, and then my wife found that.
Why didn't you come to us earlier, Mr. Cunningham, when all this first started 2 months ago?
It's not something you want to advertise exactly,
Yes, but
is
there's
it?
a school child involved in this. And not just Wendy, you say, but other kids as well. It means someone in Hartley is selling heroin powder to kids. You should have come forward.
It's the shame, the stigma of it. Can't take it in when it hits you at first. One daughter addicted, another on the way.
Yes.
And we thought that we could cure Wendy, you know, wean her off it.
There's little we can do to stamp out this appalling trade if it's kept hushed up by the very people who fall victim to it.
Well, look, I'm here now, Inspector.
All right. We shall need to see your daughter as soon as possible. Is she at home?
No, she's here with her mother. They're waiting outside in the car.
Could you come in here, please? Thanks, Danny.
It's Hartley here. Can you give me DCI pairing, please? Like today, love. It's sort of urgent.
How many of you were involved?
Just a couple of friends.
Girls at school? I shall want their names, Wendy. You understand that? The parents will have to be informed and the school alerted. I want this stopped. Where did you find the money to pay for it?
Took from home.
But your parents found you out. What did you do then? Look, I don't want to bully you, Wendy. You've been through quite enough already. So why don't you tell me now?
We did some shoplifting. My friends got money from home.
What, stole from their parents?
And we pinched things from school.
How much did the heroin cost?
£5 wraps. Well, some of it came free. Well, he said, the man, he said, give some to your friends, see how they like it. Spread it around, he said.
And did you?
My friends, no one else.
What, just these two girls? How did all this start, Wendy? What made you smoke it in the first place?
Linda. It was Linda. One time when I visited her.
But Wendy, you didn't know where she
Just
was.
a minute, Mrs. Cunningham. Let Wendy explain.
A letter arrived from Linda addressed to Mum and Dad. I hid it away before they knew it had come.
Why did you do that?
Because they, my Mum and Dad, they wouldn't let me see Linda. Well, it was like she didn't exist anymore, and
You were very fond of your sister.
I used to go round to her bedsit. I always took her a bunch of flowers to try and cheer up the place.
Was it Linda who first introduced you to heroin?
She had some there one day. I asked her if I could try it. She let me. Just a laugh, really. Bit of a joke.
Did you like smoking it?
Made me feel sick at first. Hot, sort of dizzy. Then it got terrific. It was really fantastic. It was better than anything.
But couldn't you see the dangers, what it had done to your sister?
Didn't think it would happen to me just through smoking it.
And you needed more? Where did you get it? From Linda?
No, I met this guy in a coffee bar. Well, Linda knew him. She bought some gear off him. Then I went back on my own a few days later. I hung around a bit until he turned up. And I asked him for a wrap.
And he sold you one?
No, he was suspicious at first. He said I had to meet him, sort of in secret. Well, so he could be sure to trust me.
Where did you meet him?
The canal by Kidmore Place. It's one of his stopping places.
Where other addicts can be sure to find him.
He's got a green truck. Hides a smack in the lining of the roof.
Wendy, I want you to do something for us. Will you come with us and point out this man? If your parents agree. You won't be in any danger, but we need you to positively identify him. Will you do that?
Okay, yeah.
Did Linda know that you were meeting this same man?
No, she never knew that.
Was she aware that you continued to smoke heroin?
Well, she went mad. She kept saying, you want to end up like me?
But she started you on it in the first place.
But she didn't mean that to happen. She got so really tore apart when she knew I was doing it. Because she knew she was going to die. She said, I can't get by without smack. She couldn't sleep. She couldn't wake up. She couldn't walk across the room without a daily fix. And she said it'll kill me. One day soon I'll be dead.
Inspector.
It's all right, Wendy. You don't have to tell us anymore.
Well, she did it for me. She killed herself. She offered us some smack for me. She did it for me.
I'm sure that's not so, Wendy. It's a very difficult thing to do with any certainty.
She said she would. If he don't stop, I'll make sure they find me dead. And I didn't. I just didn't believe her.
Kids, youngsters. What kind of person would do it to them?
Makes the whole thing worthwhile, Kate. You have to keep your chain of addicts growing. Kids are most vulnerable. Easy meat. A sound investment for the future.
One green truck.
Hello, love. You were early?
Come on, love. Give the signal.
That's it. She's picked up the case.
Okay, lads, move in.
You all right?
Okay, Brian. Forget the rough stuff. I'm sorry about that, sir. Only he's got kids, you see. Good stuff, is it? 90% proof, I don't doubt. And plenty more, right, Shepherd?
How much do you pay for it? 30, 40 pounds a gram? And sell it for what? What's its street value, Shepherd? Maybe 100 pounds a gram? 1,000 an ounce? Not a bad profit, my son.
You say so, Mr. Phelan.
Oh, better than the old days, though, isn't it? Serving time for bungled bank robberies, nasty little security van hold-ups. Providing you don't get caught. Where do they make specimens like you, Shepherd?
Mr. Phelan.
You destroy people. Slowly and painfully. What does it feel like, Shepherd?
You're getting very emotional, Mr.
Oh,
Phelan.
forgive me. Does your wife know what you do for a living? Your children? Your grandmother? Ever you smack yourself?
You just gather in the readies.
I don't make anyone buy the stuff. It's up to them if they want it. Market forces, Mr. Perrin.
What? Young kids? School children? You kill people with this monk, Shepherd.
Not me.
And what about Linda Cunningham? Hadn't you heard? Her funeral's in a couple of days' time.
I know nothing about it.
She died in misery. Gone long before her time, Shepherd.
Is this a formal interview?
It is. Because now I want to know where that came from.
I'm not going to talk about
Who's
it.
your contact further up the line? Who's shipping you this stuff?
Isn't it about time I asked to phone my solicitor?
Least you can afford one these days.
I'm not going to tell you anything, you know that.
You know what's happening, Shepherd? The courts are coming down very hard on pushers like you. Handing out life sentences in some cases. Now, why don't we make a deal? The right information.
No deal.
Any message you'd like to pass on?
Message?
To Linda's parents. Her kid's sister. Deepest sympathy. Word of condolence. Well, at least we put a stop to Shepherd. That's equivalent of slum clearance.
But it's not enough, is it? I mean, we know there'll always be another shepherd ready to take his place. Someone else waiting.